Yo, what's up? Welcome to the old channel. I'm gonna look at this bike, 73 Shovelhead motor, everything else is upgrade, Paco and whatever else. I'm just avoiding taking the Ratchet transmission out like the plague, and I'm looking at the carburetor on this thing, and it's a Mikuni slide. So what we're gonna do right now is fuss with this carburetor, so stay with me, we'll figure it out together. First off, I really got to get this transmission going. It leaks like a son of a gun. And so my theory is I can take the top off, fix that hole, clean out all over in there, whatever debris gets in there, metal shavings, and put the top back on and call it a day and seal up the studs that I put in there and all that. I did that with my other Cowpie trans and it hasn't leaked a drop. Leave in the comments what you think. Have you tried that before? Should I not do that? Let me know. Everything I do right now has been a complete fail. So I'm a little weary of everything I do. The other thing is this Mikuni carburetor is new to me. I only have the knockoff S&S Super E, so I don't want to use that on this bike. I don't want to go through the tuning bullshit again. I just kind of want to use this carburetor that's on the bike. I heard that these ones are better, whatever that means. I don't know anything about them, so that's why I'm going to leave it on here. I'm going to learn if it's good or not. We'll learn together eventually. But I hate how it sticks out like crazy, so let me show you. Okay, so this is what I got going on right now. I got this air cleaner. It's for this carburetor. And it's whatever. I'll clean it up. I don't really give a crap what it looks like. I have an old school style one I'd like to put on here, so I may go to that old like Knucklehead style, I guess. They're kind of the same to me, to be honest with you. But the thing is look how far that thing sticks out. It's like a Super B.
This is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy.
So I'm trying to figure out why they stick out so crazy. And the first hiccup I see is the throttle cable housing is going to hit the head. So I'm probably going to have to end up cutting that to get the carb back. And then the other thing is, let me see if I can even show you what's going on. Normally, these carbs bolt straight onto the manifold. This one has like a band around a big rubber thing that goes around the carb, and that's how it tightens down. So then you need to have a piece of rubber that connects to the manifold. Well, this one has a spacer, it looks like. So in this video, we're gonna take this thing apart and see what the heck's going on. Why would it need a spacer? I have a feeling it's because of that tab right here, which I don't need that. I'm gonna not take it off right this second, but I'm definitely going to investigate if I need to buy another one, which to me looks like a cut it up job. Again, I don't know nothing about these Mikunis. Other thing is everything is rubber and cinched onto both sides of the carb, which is kind of sketchy. So this one actually has these brackets that come down onto the carb. Right now it's loose, all haggard. Yeah, so not really a fan of all that. But let's take this thing off and then I'll show you what's going on. All right, here is the carb. Literally just sits in this rubber flange, I guess you'd call it. I just popped it out. It's tightened down by this bolt here. Not bolt, whatever you want to call it, clamp. It's a nice carb, it's clean. I'm still gonna try to take the bowl off and see what all that noise is. I don't know anything about it. Here is this mongoloid thing. I can change this tin to my other one, which I'm probably gonna do if it's got this single hole in the center. Definitely really heavy because this is all rubber. But anyways, I'm gonna try to take these two bolts out right now. Yeah, let's do that. Definitely way stronger than my other setup. The other one would have just moved all around. So I do like that. Oh, speaking of that, it's got an adjustment down here, and then these hold that giant air cleaner on. So it's a pretty strong setup. I like it. I just don't want it to be out here. This is what I was hoping would just be straight onto this thing. But instead, put this down, not lose a bunch of shit. I had this spacer in there, which that thing is huge, and there was gaskets all over it. Luckily one is still mint, so I'm gonna have to clean this rubber up, get that gasket off. But I'm not gonna do that right now. What I'm gonna do is test fit this on there like so. It's always something. There we go. Gee, mini Christmas. Then we'll take this carburetor, give it a whirl. Ooh, ooh. Probably gonna have to bash it on there pretty good, but it looks like, well, I don't want it to be slanted. That's probably not what a carburetor should do. But I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah. Seems like I could just get that on there. I'm gonna tighten this all up and then let's see what happens. So here's the filters I have. This is the one that was on there. It's a big mongoloid one. This is the old school one I got at a swap meet. Let me see if I can turn the light down. Anyways, I got this at a swap meet, and this is the inside of that one. And I totally thought it was gonna fit. Oh, excuse me. This goes on here. And then this is the Mikuni one. I thought it was gonna fit on there. Fits on the wrong way. It's too big, so I think you can buy these for a smaller diameter, which I might do. But I do want these on there if I'm gonna go that route. But it would look cool with this on there. Yeah, I think that would look, give it that old school look. Kind of perfect, honestly. Kind of what I'm looking for. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Or I'll put some sort of dumb breather on there. I just like how it hides all the mechanical stuff. Keeps it a little bit more plain, and it's old school. There we go, it's on there. Definitely looks way better just by looking off into the distance. It doesn't look like a crazy Super B. It's a little cockeyed because of that tab for the throttle cable. I'm not gonna get too crazy and start cutting stuff and all that until I look this up. The brackets back here definitely make it a little weird. Definitely kind of funny how Mikuni only does this like slip-on band style. I don't trust a lot of that. But the other Harley one I have has a hook that goes into the top of the head somehow. I think that's the bolt right there. Let's look. There's a bolt hole right here for what I'm thinking of. There should be one on here too. Let me show you. All right, so see how that thing's got a little strap on there? It's supposed to go on there like that. Yep, exactly. It goes right in that hole, right under the head there. If I can makeshift this on there, I think I'll be better off. I don't know, it might be a little hard to do. The other thing is, I don't know what size Mikuni this is. It just says made in Japan, Mikuni Carb. I don't see any numbers. This carb's pretty sweet. I don't really know much about it. I keep looking it up. The flange part in the back, I cleaned it with WD-40. I'm trying to get the darn lights out of my way. And I kind of gouged it. So I was looking it up and they're only like $30. I'll probably buy a new one because I really do not want leaks on the carburetor. And I think the covers that go on these things, the rubber parts that go on, are pretty cheap. So I'll try to figure that out. From what I was reading, these are kind of like, I don't want to say CV, but they're pretty legit. They're more responsive and they are pretty dialed for like a stock Shovelhead. Yeah, but I have no idea. I'm just gonna try it out and see what happens. My glasses are pretty brutal in all these lights. This is the worst part of the build, is just having all this little stuff. I put this back tire on with the brake set up for my other bike on here and it doesn't fit. I'm gonna have to, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do, but I forgot that I wish I had a lathe. So I'm gonna have to take this to somebody or something and lathe some, I don't know, some spacers or whatever. It's got a weird goofy setup. I gotta do that. The fender I got is pretty, it's like kind of dives down, but it's really long, so I'm gonna cut it, make it shorter, so I'm hoping that'll take some of that wonkiness out. The other thing is, let me show you actually, talk about it. So here's the fender, see how it sticks out quite a bit. I'm gonna knock it down to at least there. My experience with short fenders is you just get mud caked all over the back. So, I really don't want to cut it that short, but I'm going to because this looks really dumb. I think the bottom's even really long. Yeah, it goes way past the frame. So I'm definitely going to have to cut out like that much off this fender. That should save me some headache, and that should take some of that curve to it. The other thing is, this bracket was welded on for whoever used this sissy bar for their bike. After I cut this, I'm gonna have to see if this is too close to the tire. If it's too close, I'm gonna have to cut this out and put it up a hair, because I want this not to be tight on the tire. I want it to be a hair bit higher. This is a road machine. I'm not gonna make it like show quality. If it was like a show bike, I'd make it really close and get different tires and all that. But this thing's gonna be for the road, so I'm trying to make it bulletproof as much as I can. Super simple, super bulletproof. The Mikuni Carb is definitely what scares me. Just having a carb sit on there and not actually bolt in. Wouldn't it vibrate and go to hell? So I might have to buy some extra flanges for that thing. But that's me being paranoid. I had 6 bends on this thing, but I put them on my Sportster over here. I put them on the Sporty, way better on that bike, so that's gonna stay like that. Oh, the other thing is, I might take that tire and rim setup, which it needs a new tire, and put it on this bike. I think that's gonna be way cooler. I don't really care about the rim, the rear having a matching set. I just like the front Invader and the front look. But I do like these bars. I'm gonna keep them on there. Maybe someday I'll come across another set of rabbits. A pipe dream would be to not have a Cobra seat. I don't really like these. On trips, you just end up sitting kind of right here and your tailbone is just wounded all the time, the whole trip. So it would be nice to have, I don't know, more of a shaped seat. But I'm gonna work with what I got. So right now I'm gonna be stuck with this. But I'm gonna try to put a hinge on it. All right, that's it for that one. I'm gonna go do some research. Half of this building stuff is looking on the computer and going on Google and trying to figure out the little dumb parts like the flanges for that carburetor. I'm gonna look up how to tune and what all the little knobs and stuff do on the carburetor. I'm gonna take that carburetor off and at least take the bowl off and clean it and take the jets out and see what the heck's going on with those, see where they're at. And yeah, I'm just doing homework at this point. I think the next video is definitely going to be the trans. I'm going to try to get to that this weekend. Try to get it on the bench, at least crack it open, see what happens. And once I get the transmission in there, I can start going to town on it. Everything else is pretty easy. The last thing I'm going to do is the exhaust. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm thinking. But everything else is pretty easy, one-day stuff. Let me know if you ever use the Mikuni Carburetor. I think I said that 14 times already. How did you like it? Is it good in town? Is it good on long trips, up and down hills? Let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. See ya.